Well, I'm officially continuing to hike in Colorado. I decided to take the Great Divide alternate. Chama was just a beehive of activity. It's like the hive mind of hikers was trying to figure out what we were all doing. Everybody kind of had to decide how they wanted to deal with the snow. The last section coming in to the border and to Cumbres Pass was just full of thunderstorms for me. Like every day, 3 to 4 thunderstorms combined with lots of post-holing in the snow, and just generally kind of a rough combination of conditions. So I decided that I didn't want to hike the high route up to Wolf Creek Pass. Just too much mountaineering, and that is all like up around 12,000 feet. So me and a couple hikers who are a little bit ahead of me decided to hike the Great Divide alternate. So it does have a lot of road walking, like dirt roads. I'm on the main highway now, but I'll turn off this in a mile. But it will be safer, and I won't have to do as much winter mountaineering. I still will have 2 sections of trail over 11,000 feet. Especially when I rejoin the CDT. So my goal is to take this trail, pass through Platoro, probably tomorrow morning, Del Norte in 4 days, and then it rejoins the CDT right before I hit Salida. So my goal is to make it through that high section of the CDT, get into Salida and see how I'm feeling, where we're at with the snow. So my hope is after Salida, I can just march north on the CDT through the Rockies and not have to worry as much about the snow conditions. Good morning, everybody. I'm gonna let you enjoy the postcard scenery instead of looking at my face. I am just up and walking on this forest road as part of the Great Divide alternate. Yesterday was a great day, good weather, and beautiful like this. So today, in about 15 miles or so, I'll get to the town of Platoro, which will be nice. And we're supposed to grab water there, because apparently between Platoro and the next 20 miles after that, there's a lot of mining activity in the mountain. So there's heavy metals and arsenic in the water. I don't know how all that happens, but so I'll have to get water in Platoro and carry it. I mean, I don't have to. I could drink the arsenic. But it's just a beautiful morning and chilly, probably low 40s. I'm happy to be walking. This is the little town of Platoro. I'm gonna go there and see if I can get a soda. So I was hiking into Del Norte. All of a sudden the dirt road turned paved and property lines and houses started showing up. So I found a gap on the left-hand side of the road and kind of just scurried up there, up to this hill, and there's not a lot of flat places. The place I really wanted to camp over there is full of cactus. So I'm camped in this gully on the edge of this little cliff here. So my feet are gonna be slanted downwards all night. This is what happens when I try and push too close to town. I think I'm about 11 miles out of town. I was hoping to be 9, but that's okay. Tomorrow, I'm gonna hike in, get some breakfast. So, got into Del Norte yesterday, early morning. Stayed at the Divide Riders Hostel, which was awesome. If you're going through town, I definitely recommend that. When the trail hits the main road, you just cross right over and there it is. And Chama, who's running it, is just a wonderful person and super sweet. Yeah, it was a great stay. Del Norte was perfect. It had just what I need. And I was there. A hiker named Mouse was right behind me. And there was a hiker who was already there. And his trail name is Blasphemy. So we spent all afternoon and evening putting our heads together because the high route where this mountain bike route that I'm on dumps into is still really dodgy up to Monarch Pass. In fact, it seems like it's getting worse with the snow melting. Everything's less stable. So all this crazy posts were coming in on Facebook about hikers who had done it and saying, hey, you know, not a good idea to do it. I have a friend who hiked through it 3 weeks ago and he said it was really rough and just seemed really unsafe. And on top of all that, one of our hiker buddies pushed his SOS button because he tried to take the high route to Wolf Creek Pass, ended up bailing to a lower route, and then went down some really steep chutes and got stuck to where he was between a place he couldn't climb back up and a river he couldn't cross. So he had to get helicoptered out. So, long story short, Colorado's no joke this year. It's really been a little stressful trying to think of how to deal with it. And the best way I can deal with it right now is to not hike any of those sections that are really crazy, because at the end of the day, it's just not worth it. Out here to have fun and try and complete continuous footsteps to Canada from Mexico, and I can do that without taking those risks. So out of Del Norte, I'm hiking the mountain bike route up past some kind of natural feature called Hellgate. I don't know what that is. And then I'm gonna get back on roads and hike on roads through a few small towns to get up to Salida. I'm not gonna risk Monarch Pass. And then from Salida, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might have the option of taking the Colorado Trail that parallels the CDT at a lower elevation. Not sure. I'll worry about that in 5 days. So, yeah, a little disappointed, but hopefully this scenery won't disappoint on this route. The mountain bike trail south of here was really beautiful, and I'm just getting out of town. I've got mountains in the distance. I'm gonna put on a podcast. It's sunny right now. I got a smile on my face. So I'm gonna make the best of this trek up to Salida and hopefully catch back up with Blasphemy. So I bounced my snowshoes to Salida and I'm really happy not to be carrying those. It feels amazing. I have 5 days of food and change, probably 5.5 days of food, 3 liters of water, and it still feels light. Tell ya, life is good right now.